Who even are we if we don't have a collection? It's something that I've been kind of struggling with a little. Maybe it's an excuse to keep hold of a vast collection of movies that I may or may not watch, but it is something that I've been considering. I love watching movies. I am a movie fan. I have favourite directors, actors, and of course favourite movies. And you know what? I showed it. I'd have that big collection of physical discs, or even videotapes if we cast our minds way, way back. I'd read all of the film magazines, and I'd also have the books about particular movie-related things, or even the film directors. I outwardly showed that I am a movie fan. My collection and everything that I had, it became proof of who I am and what I love. I had to have the collection. All of this, it was all important to me, and through the time while I was growing up, adding bit by bit to the collection, it kind of became my identity. To all of my friends and family, I was the movie guy. But then, time passed, and life kind of changed. I was finding that I no longer had the time that I once did for this collection of movies. And I also started to realise that my collection and all the things that I loved, they were slowly overtaking the house, overflowing the shelves, and added to that, they just weren't getting the use that they once did. It came to a point that I just had to let some of it go. Of course, not all of it. I didn't go completely mad. But over the last few months, hundreds of movies have left my house. But now, I think I've got that worry that I think a lot of us struggle with. If I don't have a large collection, then what defines me? It started to feel a bit like my identity. If I don't have all of this stuff, then who am I? It's a really strange feeling. Will I lose who I am and what I love just because I don't have all of this stuff anymore? Now, all of these thoughts that were going through my head, they sounded quite ridiculous to me as I was saying them out loud. The thought that this stuff and these things, can they somehow affect who we are? Or at the same time, what sort of person we're perceived to be? Of course, really, they can't. But in my head, it somehow feels different. As more of this stuff is leaving my house, I wonder sometimes if there's part of me leaving with it. Of course, nothing can be further from the truth, but I seem to have linked my persona to the fact that I have a collection, or had a collection. Even without all this stuff, we're still the same movie fans that we were, and nothing that we own or that we owned can change that. But the other thing is, with clearing out some of this collection, I also feel a sense of relief. Collecting and hoarding so much of this stuff, it felt a little bit overwhelming at times. I was running low on space, and I was surrounded by all of this stuff that at one point was really important for me to have. This collection and the things that I linked my persona to, it was also the source to some anxiety. I'd be chasing that latest Steelbook limited edition, or the rare and out-of-print title, and then I'd be trying to find the space to keep the things. I'd be thinking constantly about the collecting of more and more things. It's something that can cause problems, and it has for me in the past. When I got rid of a chunk of the collection, it certainly helped clear my head, and to be honest, it felt like a bit of a weight off my shoulders. I was able to start reclaiming some of my space. But still, every now and again, I get that little niggle at the back of my head. The one that makes me think that in losing some of these items, I'm also losing a bit of myself. The honest truth is, I need to let go of a lot of this stuff. I know I do. I've got those little voices on each shoulder making me flip-flop in my thought process with it all. Even without all this stuff and this massive collection to hand, I'm still the same person. I still have the same passion. I just need to stop linking that in my head to the stuff that I own.